What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video. Hit the join button and become a member. Why? Well, members get exclusive content. Hit the bell icon on my channel so that you'll receive a notification every time that I drop a video, and you can go and check the video out and leave a comment and leave a like. If you support me, support the content, support the Go Up movement, the Stay Free People movement. T-shirts and etc. coming soon. Representing the Stay Free People movement, the Go Up People movement. This here, is part 9 of Tiny Woompty Woomp and Big Porky, causing nothing but havoc in the Los Angeles County Jail. And the viewers, my supporters, the commenters have spoken clearly. They said, do not stop the series. If it goes up to a part 50, so be it. Keep the series going until its natural conclusion. That, in fact, then, is what I'm going to do. I listen to my supporters. That's what they want. That's what I'm going to give them. Now, I'm going to be putting, sprinkling other content in between. But I'm going to keep the series going. I have other content in mind. In fact, I'm going to do a story soon. And I want you guys to support me and support the other content. I'm going to do a story soon. It was just crazy. The story where there was a dude who was in a gang, a black dude, 44 years old. And when the incident transpired, he was 44 anyway. Some of you may have heard of or seen the story. And he was making money, and he was married to a beautiful woman. This woman was gorgeous. And he got locked up. He went to prison. And he had all kinds of businesses, apartment complexes that he owned, and all sorts of other businesses. He had a lot of money. He had all of this stuff in her name for obvious reasons. And when he got locked up, she divorced him and married someone else and wouldn't give him any of the money. And all hell broke loose. The story is crazy. I'm going to have to bring it, along with some other content that I'm working on, but I'll bring that to you. I'll probably also do a series on the homie Crim Stone, Big Trey Stone, and Big A-Star, also known as Lil Frog from 7-4. Or I'll just sprinkle in some of the happenings with them along the way in this series. I don't know, but the homie Crim Stone was a young, strong dude there in the Los Angeles County Jail. A lot of homies had a lot of love for him, and he was one of the main ones representing and squabbling down in the Los Angeles County Jail. In fact, I remember the homie Naughty B from Black P Stone telling me one time, man, the hell with all them other dudes, bring Crim Stone over here. That's it. The hell with the rest. But Porky and them wasn't there at the time when he said that. Damn everybody else, get him over here. Because he was something else. Shout out to Naughty B and his brother, Big Lunch Meat from Black P Stone. And let's get into part 9 of Tiny Woompty Woomp and Big Porky. And in this situation, well, Big Porky, he had to go put hands on one of the young homies from 9-4 Hoover. This young homie was flamboyant, sort of looked like Floyd Mayweather. In fact, he touted himself as to be a Floyd Mayweather type. He used to say that he had the best hands down there in the 90s. But I always thought that this guy was suspicious. He was suspect. I did not believe his tall tales about what had transpired in his life down there in the 9-4 Hoovers. I hadn't heard any of this stuff. And there in the Los Angeles County Jail, well, he was known to foment violence, always disseminating information about the opposition, keeping stuff in the air. He had a fight here and there himself, but nothing to write home about. And in fact, when he had the fights, the one that I witnessed, he did not resemble anything close to Floyd Mayweather. Only Muhammad Ali by the mouth, running his mouth all the time. But he didn't bag it up like Muhammad Ali, but he would have a fight here and there, just to keep the wolves off of him. I later on suspected, and because he went to prison and got to a lot of people are already gonna know who I'm talking about. Got into all sorts of stuff there in prison, and in fact ended up going PC. I'm gonna do a story on this dude soon. I'm not gonna have a choice. I'm gonna have to expose this character. But there in the Los Angeles County Jail, it was a dude from neighborhood 60s named Tiny Coupe. Tiny Coupe, from my understanding, is now resting in peace. He passed away. If that is the case, rest in peace to the young brother, Tiny Coupe. He was a young, strong dude. A little bit on the shorter side, a bit stocky, with a short haircut. But he was really with the business. And he was in there squabbling many oppositions, and he was squabbling many of my homies. I can do nothing but give this little dude an immense amount of credit. And, well, he asked for the squabble with this dude from 9-4. He had heard that he was going around fomenting violence and touting himself as a Floyd Mayweather type, spewing all sorts of nonsense about how he'll put any opposition his size on his back. Well, Tiny Coupe wanted to hold him to this because Tiny Coupe, he wasn't really doing a lot of talking. He was just performing constantly. And so the fight was set up for them to go inside of the day room and get this in, squabble up. And the dude from 9-4, he thought to himself that this would help give him more stripes, particularly if he could win this fight, because Tiny Coupe was building a name for himself there in Wayside and the Los Angeles County Jail. He was really putting in work and was a soldier for the 6-0s. When I was there, I witnessed this with my own 2 eyes. I don't know anything else. I can only speak on what the hell I know to be fact. They get inside of the day room and we are all in there. There's a couple of neighborhoods in there and a couple of my homies. Not a whole lot of words are exchanged. They just put their dukes up. Tiny Coupe and this suspicious dude from 9-4. And they start squabbling. And yeah, it's clear, even though the dude from 9-4 is taller, Tiny Coupe is a bit bigger. And what's more, he has much more heart. Period. This is clear. And I should have known because this dude talks too damn much. And an empty barrel makes a lot of noise. When you don't have much up there, you spew out about the mouth area. And he constantly did that. But when it was time to put his money where his mouth was at, well, he was sort of acting like he didn't want any more of the funk with Tiny Coupe. This is after a few blows. Tiny Coupe, boom, 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 boom. And then he like basically grabbing him. So Tiny Coupe like, man, watch out, get this dude grabbing me and shit, man, watch out, squabble up. Stop grabbing me, squabble. He talking like that, Tiny Coupe. Squabble up, stop grabbing, boom, boom, he swing, boom, boom. Talking to him while he's swinging on him, hitting him in the, bow, bow, bow. Squabble up, stop grabbing me, punk. I'm like, man, what the hell? So then, after a few minutes of this, my eyes are getting sore and are sort of in disbelief. Am I really witnessing this? It's not just the fact that he was losing a fight, but it's the fact that he didn't have the fight inside of him. And this was clear to me. And Tiny Coupe had all of the fight inside of him. And it was exhibiting itself and rearing its ugly head upon this suspicious dude from 9-4. Tiny Coupe was relentless. And then, because the dude from 9-4 continued to grab, sort of like a female. And Tiny Coupe, he not fighting like a female. He throwing them things. And then the dude from 9-4, he started performing his Michael Phelps exercise. Closed his eyes, put his head down, and started swimming. Like he was at a park inside of a pool. I said, man, what the hell is this? And Tiny Coupe got his head up the whole time, and he just uppercutting him, hitting him, and got a mean look on his face, and he's still talking shit. But since he was grabbing him, Tiny Coupe like basically kicked him almost instinctively just to get him up off of him. Because he continues to grab him. But he didn't get him on the ground and stump him or kick him. He's just like, man, watch out, He like, oh, no, man, dude from 9-4. Oh, no, man, he kicking, man. No, that's it, man, that's it. That's it. So you don't want to fight no more because he just barely kicked you in your calf or something, just barely kicked you because you keep grabbing him. He like, no, that's it, the fight over because he kicking and shit, man. He ain't no kicking. Ain't no kicking. Fight over. No, the fight ain't over. This dude want Tiny Coupe like, man, nah, squabble up, bro. Or I ain't gonna kick you no, squabble up. Stop grabbing me though, squabble up. And now, the suspect, this suspicious dude from 9-4, well, it's clear to me that he's turning down the fade. This after again running his mouth throughout the Los Angeles County Jail. In fact, he was a bully. Wasn't really big enough to be a bully, but he used to try to bully the homie that was in the cell with him. In fact, I brought you guys that story. And the homie ended up opening his ass up with a weapon. So, because he kept on trying to punch on the homie. So he's good at wanting to fight homies that he feel like he has a win with. But when it came down to the opposition, who had the heart of a gunslinger, he didn't want the funk. He was turning down the smoke. This enraged me, and it indeed upset Porky. And before I can even get it out, Porky was telling me, man, come on, man. We need to get this dude. We need to DP him, bro. What's up? Let us get him. It ain't take much convincing because I saw it myself. I witnessed it. And the DP was over the fact that he turned down the fade. Yes, he had somewhat of a fade in there, if that's what you want to call it. He got his ass whooped, is what happened. And he was in there like the black Michael Phelps, swimming. And then didn't want to continue on with the fight, even though the dude is talking to him, talking shit to him, as he punches on him. Pummels upon his face. And he has no fight, no fortitude to want to respond physically. Suspect, after doing all of this talking and fomenting all of this violence, you don't even have fealty to yourself. And since he had made us look bad and compromised the car, no one needed a cogent argument to convince me that a DP was in order. So I told Porky, fine, go in there and whoop his ass. Take somebody with you and send this dude a message. Stop running your damn mouth around here, especially if you're not gonna bag it up. And Porky, well, he was all too eager to run inside of his cell and bust him about the head area. And that's exactly what he did. Porky and another young homie went inside of his cell, got his cell hit the next day. I was right there, standing outside the cell, you know me, always lurking. And I wanted to make sure they didn't beat him down too bad, because Porky had a tendency to lose it. But I did want them to whoop his ass pretty damn good. So I was standing right there, and they ran inside the cell. He was sitting on the bunk. Porky gave him a chance to get up. He told him, "Get up, bro." He like, "Man, what's up? What? Get up. Shut up and get the fuck up. Shut up. Get your weak ass up." And he got his weak ass up. And Porky hit him. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam, bam. A couple of them. Immediately. And dropped him right back onto the bunk. And then he put his legs up, his knees up, trying to cover up and all this. No, man, get up. And Porky grabbed him by the arms and picked him up off the bunk and stood him up so that he can use him as a punching bag. It's hard to do while he's lying on the bunk, proned out in the fetal position, begging for mercy. This old tough guy, fomenting all this violence, got the homies in all sorts of unnecessary predicaments because of his damn mouth. And then he goes in here and comports himself like a loser when it's time to perform in front of everybody. Please. So Porky stood him up and power punched him a few more times. The dude can kind of take a punch, because I was in the cell with him at one time. And he used to say, "Hey, bro, I'll let you hit me in the chest. Let me get a honey bun," because I'm giving him so many honey buns. Another thing, he's a hungry motherfucker. So I'm giving him so many honey buns. I mean, goddamn. So I told him one time, "Let me hit you in the chest, bro, for the honey bun. If you really want the honey bun." He like, "All right, man, don't hit me that hard." I said, "No, I'm going to hit you hard, as hard as I can." He like, "All right, man, fuck it." And he put up his chest like this, put his eye down, he turned his head, and I wound back. And the first time I hit him, boom, he fell into the gate. Because I cocked it back, and I've been wanting to let loose on him anyway. Another time I fired on the same dude in the face. We was in the cell together at a different time. I'm going to tell y'all about that too. He was talking shit about the homie on the yard, on the roof, to somebody else that wasn't from the car. I told him, "Man, you can't be talking about the homie to somebody else, bro. That's not from the car. We don't do that shit." And he started mouthing off at me a little bit. So when we get back in the cell, I'm going to beat your ass. He basically like mumbled on his breath, like, "You ain't going to do nothing to me, nothing." We got back in the cell, and I turned around and fired his shit up as soon as we got in there. Deja Vu was in the cell with us. Deja Vu from 11 Deuce Hoover, who ended up going PC as well. For no particular reason at that. I'm going to bring y'all that story. Deja Vu was also in the county jail with us at the time, and there were Porky and Goofy. He was putting in a little bit of work, and he got to the penitentiary and went belly up. To this day, I don't know why. He wasn't a rat or any of that. What happened, Deja? What the hell happened? The game ain't for everybody. So, this old weird ass dude from 9-4. And this dude contacted my ex too. He went to the penitentiary while I was still in the county jail. He had her phone number because we was in the cell together for a couple of years, off and on. He used to call her for me on the three-way, or you know what I'm saying. I'd be sitting right there, say, "Dial this number for me," and I come over here to the phone, whatever. He had my ex-girl's number. And he texts her when he got to the penitentiary talking about, "You're beautiful, and you should be told every day that you're beautiful." it's a long story that I'm gonna get into all that. She was suspect too, though, just like him. And so they went inside the cell. Getting back to the damn story, I apologize. And beat his ass. Porky dropped him. And when he dropped him, Porky, as I thought he's prone to do, was hovering over him, about to beat his ass while he was on the ground. That's why I'm glad I was there. I know how those emotions are when you're involved. You in the heat of the moment. You see Tyson biting off ears, and you in the heat of them. You pumped up. You sometimes these fights can get overboard and out of hand because the emotions are high, the intensity is high. And Porky was basically about to stump this dude out. But I stopped him and told him, no, that's enough, bro, that's enough. That's one thing about Porky. He's a good soldier. Tiny Woonty Woomp as well. And when that's said, even though the emotions may be high, they'll stop, bro. They'll respect that call. That's why I had a lot of love for these dudes. And that's what happened with that suspicious dude. A lot of y'all know who I'm talking about. If you know, you know. From 9-4. Who got into it with Tiny Coupe and got his ass whooped by Tiny Coupe from 6-0. Who again, from my understanding, y'all let me know if I'm right or not. Cause I don't like saying it. Cause I haven't been able to confirm that myself, that he's resting in peace. So I don't like saying, oh yeah, man, somebody say he resting, because he might be watching this shit like, man, what the hell I ain't resting in peace. The fuck you talking about? You know, I don't know. I wasn't at his funeral. I can't say for sure. Y'all let me know if he in fact passed away. If so, rest in peace to Tiny Coupe, a strong young dude from neighborhood 6-0. It's been a few strong young dudes from neighborhood 6-0 that I ran into. And from 40s. Tiny KD was one of them. He resting in peace now. But I'll get into that as I go along. And coming up, I think I'm going to bring you a story about Crimstone. The homie Crimstone. You know, as I said, I'm going to have to open up that character to you all. A strong young dude who was also in the Los Angeles County Jail, wreaking havoc upon the opposition. And I'll also bring you a story about Tiny Woonty Woomp, where, well, he went to a dorm there at Wayside and squabbled down 5 to 6, once again, oppositions. Who did he have helping him? Per usual, no damn one. Stay free, people!